whole world, but maybe I can do something in my backyard. You know, when you think about statistically how many people in our nation profess to be people of faith, even Christian, and it is a statistical majority, do you ever scratch your head the way I do as to why is our society still having so many problems and in such a mess? Are we doing what we each can do to make a difference, to be used of God in work in our own corner of the world? And I felt that calling, and I've been very blessed to see how God has used my humble efforts, but so many of us working together in that 1 Corinthians 12 way. I don't have all the answers. I'm not God's gift to theater, but working together, we can make a tremendous impact and difference in the lives of so many people. I see it in our audiences. I see people who wouldn't ordinarily come to a church, who come in and they'll set foot in our premises, and they're arrested by the story. Some of our characters can say things that maybe a pastor wouldn't feel comfortable saying, but the storylines play out. And then people begin thinking about, what is the message? All art has a message. When we go to a movie, we're actually paying to have someone's worldview pumped into our minds, or when we see something on television. And we want to fight fire with fire in that way, in the marketplace of ideas, and make a difference in the lives of not only our audience, but then the many young people and others who get involved multi-generationally in our theater productions and the ministry we have there. We pray before every rehearsal, we pray before every performance, we get to know one another, we see amazing things happen during the course of the weeks that we're working together to prepare a production. We usually have one production running, we have the hiding place now, we're rehearsing the one after that, and I'm often writing the one after that. So again, work, all of it work, but it's God at work, and God working through the work to hopefully redeem and touch others. One of my favorite redemptive stories, I've seen people overcome drug habits, I've seen young people get out of gangs, I've seen people overcome things like stuttering and various addictions because they realize they have a God-given gift and they can release it by working together in that 1 Corinthians 12 way. And I'm so grateful to see what God does. But one of my favorite stories is the young man who had actually rehearsed his suicide at Redlands High School. He was planning to jump off a Clock Auditorium. He told me this, and he was in despair. But something held him back. He ended up accepting a friend's challenge to get involved, discover his gifts at Lighthouse. And long story short, after his experience there, and know some people, and most importantly, come to know the Lord, he ended up, by the time he finished his run in one of our performances, he ended up composing his own hymns on a guitar, and now has a tremendous purpose in life. I can tell so many stories like this. But what can we each do to be a partnership with God in our work? I'm so thankful for the opportunities that God has given us, the support of so many volunteers that have come from this place. We'd be nowhere nothing without volunteers. We're grateful for that. And I'll close by saying that the great storyteller Leo Tolstoy, the author of War and Peace and so many other amazing things, he said, you know, everyone wants to change the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. If we all follow God's call to see what we can do to have God in our work and at work, what a difference can be made. Thank you for buying into that vision, many of you who have, and those of you who have not yet been. I look forward to hopefully meeting you, that you can get involved. But thank you, working together and with God's help, so much can be accomplished. God bless you all. Thank you.
라이브하우스 뮤지컬 원장이네. 해볼만 한데, 발렌티어들을 모은대요. 이렇게.